Karen and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do my Q&A video. So for the 1 year anniversary of this channel, I asked everyone who wanted to enter the giveaway to submit a question. So I will be reading those now and I will be answering them. And I haven't really prepared this, which I probably should have, but hey, fun times? I don't know. Alright, first question. Kale from Kale's Corner asks, what is your favourite word and why? I don't know if I have a favourite word. I like yes. I think yes is a good one. Cake is a good one. Ice cream is a good one. But I really like, I know this is kind of a weird one, but I like the Danish word hygge or I don't know how you say, you spell it like this. Put a little note there, and it means a kind of like coziness but in like small moments, and I just love that kind of coziness in winter and autumn time, so that's gonna be my favorite word. All right, next question. A Bookhaven asks, who is your all-time favorite author and what is your favorite food? Oh, okay. My all-time favorite author, I think it has to be Brandon Sanderson. He's one of those people who's so imaginative and I love his world building and his storylines. And it's very interesting because he's not very kind of loudly feminist, but he has a lot of great female characters, which I really appreciate and who I really love. Also, he's a really nice guy in person. Like, I got to meet him at Galangsfest last year and he really took his time to sign for everybody and to have a chat and to take a picture. So that was really nice. As for my favorite food, I just love food in general. Dean and I are a big foodie, so we love trying new foods, and usually if we go out to eat somewhere, we'll like order two separate things so we can like try each other's food because we're kind of a disgustingly cute couple that way. But I think the number one food that I love just to have at home when either me or him has cooked it is like spaghetti bolognese. I know that sounds really boring, but there's something so comforting about it. It's like the ultimate comfort food for me. So yeah, spag bol. Next is Blum, I'm not a fish. Hi. She asked, my question is, why did you move to the UK or why did you leave Belgium? I moved to the UK, it's going to be 4 years in January now, to do my MA at Royal Welsh College here in Cardiff. I did an MA in musical theatre and then stuck around because there's not that much musical theatre going on in Belgium, or not as much as there is here. And now I'm working in a bookshop, so yeah. Yeah, life takes you in weird, like, roundabout situations. Lucifer's daughter asked me, what is your bookish pet peeve? I have quite a few. Do not dog ear my pages, people. I don't mind if people do it for their own books, but do not dog ear like pages on other people's books. Do not crack spines on other people's books. If you borrow one of my books, they need to come back in the same pristine condition that I've given them to you. Like, don't just throw them in your bag and carry them around, because that really pisses me off. I just take care of my books, and I kind of want other people to take care of my books as well if I lend them out, which I kind of tend not to do anymore because I've had some books back in really bad condition. I don't know, writing wise, I hate insta love. I get like instant attraction, but like insta love is just, yeah, no. Also, alright, the next question is from Trina from Between Chapters, and I love this question. This is actually great. Dean, avert your eyes right now. Her question is, if you were single, which book character would you most want to ask on a date, or which character is most like your partner? And then which book setting would you go to on your date? This is a great question. First of all, I think that Dean, I usually call him my Viking hobbit. So he's a mixture of like a Viking and a hobbit and a bit of a Weasley. I think he could be like one of the older Weasley brothers. He totally looks like one as well. He just has a really nice ginger beard. I'm so proud of him. Anyway, book character that I'd like to date and go out with. I don't know. There's so many good ones. Why would you make me choose? Alright, I've made my decision. It's gonna be Rowan from the Throne of Glass series. You can hate me all you want, but I fell in love with him in Air and Fire, and I was like, I hope they don't get together because I want Rowan all for myself. So yeah, but there's plenty of other really good ones. I really loved Cal in Words of Radiance. He's very interesting, but I think we would just kind of butt heads all the time. There's so many great other ones, like Jin from Rebel of the Sands, Gansey, anybody, like seriously. Though he's a bit young for me now, so maybe a grown-up Gansey, that'd be better. And the setting, I don't know, I I'm a bit of a homebody, so I don't know if I want a fancy setting. I'd love to go to Santorini one time, but I haven't read the book that's set there, so that doesn't really work. Maybe for another world, I would love to see the world of Truthwitch, because it's just quite vast, and I feel like it'd be great to like travel around, maybe on a ship. Maybe I should date Marek and just ask him to sail me around. That'd be cool. The next question is from Lotte. The first one is, I would like to ask you, what books do you think everyone should read? I think everybody should just read whatever the hell they like. I think that's one of the things that I feel very passionate about, is that read what you like, read what interests you. I would recommend Brandon Sanderson as an author. I also really like the Jake Ristov books I've read so far. So I loved Illuminate, I loved Nevernight. But those are recommendations. I don't think everybody should read them because it's not going to suit everybody's taste. But yeah, those authors, just if you're interested into fantasy at all, just check them out. And Lotte's second question was, if I can ask you another one, I would like to know if you have a favourite classic. Oh, I love classics. I'm this silly girl that started reading classics when she was 14 and had only studied English for like a year. I love Emma by Jane Austen. That's probably my favourite of the Jane Austen ones. I just love how flawed she is and how she grows throughout the novel. And like, Austen's wit is just brilliant in that book. So I think that's probably my favourite classic. Though I have great and tremendous love for The Great Gatsby as well. Because it's so short and so concise, yet so impactful. So probably those two. For like a classic and a slightly more modern classic, I don't know. Alright, and the next question is from Read Between the Lines. If you could have written one book that's already published, which book would you choose? Oh, Harry Potter! I have seen this question before and I have thought about it, but I think it would be Harry Potter, and not just because of the love I have for the books, because I grew up with them and I was like waiting for the next book, but because of the kind of community that series has created. It's incredible, and the amount of people that I've met through my love of Harry Potter, and so many of my friends kind of met each other through the internet, through their mutual love of Harry Potter, and it's just wonderful. And if anything I could ever write could kind of inspire even a fraction of that kind of community, then I'd be a very, very happy woman. The next question from Read Between the Lines is, if you could have one magical creature from any of the book worlds out there to be loyal only to you, which would you pick? That's hard. That's really hard. Magical creatures. I think I would pick like the most evil creature and then stop them from harming anybody. Because I don't know, I'm quite happy with the life I lead. I don't really want to conquer the world or anything, so I would love to make all dementors go away and, by extension all depression. That'd be pretty cool. Imagine, you could just be like, be gone. That's the kind of superpower I would like. Next question was, did you do the Patronus test on Pottermore already? And if yes, what was your Patronus? My Patronus is a Nebulon cat, which is one of those really long sausagey cats, but unlike sausage dogs, they actually look quite elegant. Final question from Read Between the Lines is, do you have a favourite Disney song and or character? Why would you ask me this question? I grew up in Disney films and I love Disney films, and there's so many great ones out there, and I think if I go for nostalgia, I have to go for Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid, because as a kid I was obsessed with Ariel. I would sing that song all the time. I'd be until it drove my parents crazy. So I think that definitely kind of counts as the one that was my favourite back then. I think now I just love anything with lyrics by Howard Ashman. I think he was a genius. He has so many great lyrics. A lot of like the ensemble stuff in, say, like Beauty and the Beast, some of the Aladdin songs, just the lyrics are amazing, and love it so much. As far as a character goes, I don't really, I think it must be Ursula from The Little Mermaid. I used to be terrified of her, but now I just kind of see she's so like badass, and she just kind of goes for it, and she has that kind of pizzazz that she doesn't care what everybody thinks of her, and it's great to kind of see that kind of self-actualization with a villain. I just wish she was a little less evil. The next question is from Anna Luisa, and she asked, what was your favourite book as a child? And I've talked about this a couple of times. I've loved Harry Potter, but one of the first books I really remember loving and owning was Journey of the Shadowbands. I had this in Dutch, and in Dutch it's called Als Verstekeling naar Canada. I just read this book a million times. The main character, Elspeth, she's a bloody badass. It's great. Like love this book. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. The next question is from Carola Emma, and it's, when did you find your passion for reading books? I think ever since I started to learn how to read, because I've just always enjoyed reading. Even in school, I would always like read, and I'd always be done really fast with like the reading assignments that we had to do, and then I would always bring my own book ever since secondary school, just in case I had time left over, and you know, I just read all the time. The next question is from Book Lover, and her or his question is, what is your favorite animal and why? I don't really have a favorite animal. I've never really been a pet person, but I do love dogs. They do get very excited. But the one dog that I really loved was my aunt's dog. She had a golden retriever, which she got as a puppy after my cousin died. And I loved that dog because I saw her grow up and she was really used to me, and it was very interesting how differently she would treat me from my cousins, because my cousins were like, rah, we want to party and we want to play with you, and like, rah, and I was like, I just want to sit here and have you sit next to me and like not jump on top of me all the time. And the dog totally got it. She was the sweetest dog ever, so probably dogs. Also, I had tons of goldfish and I killed nearly all of them, so probably not them. Sorry, goldfish. Sorry. Alright, the next two questions come from two different people, but they kind of about the same thing, so I'll kind of put them together. So Sandra K asked, you're clearly an avid reader, but would you ever consider writing a book yourself? Yes. And then Estelle asked me, when will you finish your book? Will you submit it to a literary agent? How long have you been writing it? Okay, I haven't really talked about this on the channel because it's going very slowly. I'm working on a YA fantasy manuscript at the moment. I've been working on it for just over a year now. It's had a lot of changes. I've threw out the complete first draft I had like about 40,000 words on the first draft and threw most of that out because it started at the wrong point. Just under 50,000 words in. I'm gonna have to edit the hell out of it because I feel like it's too long, but I just want to kind of get the story out now. We'll see. I would love to submit it to an agent once it's finished, but to do that I need to finish it first. I think that's gonna be the hardest part for me. It's just because I'm one of those people that usually starts new projects, very excited, and then 30,000 words in is like, I'm so bored, I want to do something else, and I'm not interested in this project anymore. And that kind of sense, this project is great because it's been over a year and I'm still really excited about it. I love the characters, I'm really interested into the concept and the plot, and so you know what I mean? If I'm interested and I stay being interested, that's a good sign. So I don't know, who knows what's happening at some point in the future. Alright, there's tons of questions, so let's keep going. The next question is from Serenity Goth, and she asked, what is your favorite YA series? Well, this is my favorite shelf, so you can have a little look at all the things I really enjoy. I think the one that I've read the longest is the Throne of Glass series because I started reading that nearly 2 years ago. But I'm really excited about the second book in the Truth Witch series. I really loved Illuminate and Nevernight, so those are kind of the series I'm really excited about. The next question is from Tess Foster, and her question is, who's your favourite non-Anglo author? Oh, I have been reading in English for so long. And even before that I read a lot of translated books. Favorite non-Anglo author? I'm trying to think of the last great book I read in Dutch. Okay, the last non-Anglo book that I loved was Sprakeloos by Tom Lanois. The only problem is I don't really like the author because I got to meet him and it was one of those cases where it would have been much better if I had met him because, yeah, no. Not a big fan of him. Great fan of his work, but not of the person. He was kind of rude. It was a bit sad. Maybe I just went in with the wrong expectations. It was my very first kind of book signing thing and I was like super excited and he was just like, yeah, whatever. So yeah, Sprakeloos by Tom Lanois. I don't know if it has been translated into English, but if it has, do check it out because the book itself is brilliant. So there you have it. Those were all the questions for my first anniversary Q&A. Woo! Thank you so much for submitting all the questions. It's been kind of fun. I hope this is not too boring because, well, you know, just me talking about me. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll talk to all of you very soon. Bye!